'cause you're lonely, they have blamed you for.
Hi everyone, I'm Robin Dunlop. And before I dive in there, I want to tell you about our first podcast. We're going to dive right into a very heavy subject in the news lately. There have been these articles of coaches abusing their athletes, mistreatment, maltreatment, and I can't believe it's still going on, but it is. So Elan is going to give you her experience as a college basketball player, CIS player, and give us a thumbs up if you like the podcast. If you don't, tell you what, just forget about it. I give you Elan Ballantyne.
Hey Robin, how's it going?
Hey Elan, good.
Good.
I'm having the time of my life. Of course.
Of course, that's awesome. I like your shirt too.
But how are you doing? Thank you very much.
I'm good. Yeah, just something sort of happened last week. It's been on my mind since I read this article, and then I tweeted about it, and I thought maybe we could talk about that a little bit.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so I tweeted about a coach at Lakehead University basketball, women's coach, and this article was about one of the gals that played for him who no longer is there. And there was just so many things that in that article resonated with me, because that's what happened to me. So I played at University of Winnipeg, 1985 to 1989, and the same thing happened to me. So it just brought all these feelings to the forefront, and it wasn't just me. So this happened to many players before me at that program. I don't know so much about after me, but I know that in my third year, it came to a head, and just a couple of things that's brought to my thought of what she talked about was the love of the game. So when I was in grade 12, I wanted to go in grade 11, I should backtrack. I wanted to go to the States and play. It had no reason, nothing to do with why I didn't want to play in Canada, anything to do with that. I just wanted to go away and play. My brother was in Texas, going to school. So I ended up having a scholarship to go to Texas, and I was going to go and play there. But I had other choices. I was in music. I could have done something with music. I could have played golf, because I could have done that. But there's something about basketball. Something about basketball that just, I don't know, it gave me a different feeling than even performing and singing or golf gave to me at that time. So I chose to go all in with basketball. So anyway, I ended up getting recruited by Winnipeg and made the choice to not go to the States and to go play at University of Winnipeg. So, you just have that all looking forward to you, that experience of how great that's going to be, because you just love the game. And, the person that was the coach, I just took all of that away. So I read that article about the gal in Lakehead, and same thing. It was all about the love of the game, just love to play. And then ends up there and it's just taken away. It's just taken away from you. And it's funny how emotional I can still get, like, oh gosh, what is that? Almost 40 years later of how that impacts your life. And so I just, unfortunately we see it in so many things. We see it in Hockey Canada. We see it in coaches having this power over their players that to be abusive. And so I just wanted to chat about that a little bit.
Yeah, it makes me emotional just listening to it.
I've thought about it a lot since reading the article, talked to a few friends that also played there, who also went through the same experience, player that was 4 years ahead of me. You're 17, I was 17 years old. So 17, turning 18, you're pretty young, you're away from home. you've always been taught to absolutely respect your elders, respect your coaches.
Of course.
And so, you feel quite powerless.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
nothing wrong with being coached hard to be better.
What do you mean by that?
There's nothing wrong with working on your skills, or like you'll make mistakes in games, but there's nothing wrong with being coached hard about, okay, this is what you did. What did you see? Well, I saw this. This is why I did that. Okay. So, but I want you to run this, or I want you to see that, or you're working on that. Not that, something personal about you that, well, you've been dogging it for weeks because, you've been hurt and, you just suck, you don't push through, or just personal things, like he hit one of our teammates in Toronto at halftime with a clipboard across her head because she'd made like 3 turnovers in the first half. And it was like, we were all sitting there stunned. That was in my second year. In my third year, I can't even tell you, like, so many things. Find us our meal money because I was out of Nike socks and I wore a different sock that didn't have the logo on it, and I rolled them down, and he asked me to roll up my socks midway through practice. Why? Like, why are you focused on why do you care about my socks? Like, it's not a big deal. Kicks me out of practice.
Okay. So
And I said, well, I didn't have, my socks weren't clean. Like, I'm practicing, I'm still doing all right. Then he says, now we're going to start fining you your meal money, your stipend on road trips. Like, just stuff like that. Like, you don't expect to go through that. That's not hard coaching. I think what I would say, if anyone's seeing that, is that you have to talk to someone and you have to tell someone.
yes.
You have to, and it's okay. It's okay. You're not powerless. You're not.
Right
It
on.
may not get the result you want right away, but the other option is you can go play somewhere else because someone else will want you. Especially, at that level of playing. It can turn your whole life around and have a great experience.
Good message. Thank you, Elan.